Beware. Beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Everybody's getting their year-end situations all wrapped up. We had an election. Everybody's wrapping up. Everybody's getting ready for the new year. Everybody's getting ready for the new Trump administration. Everybody's getting ready for the new Trump administration also. That's the administration of Mark the Big Faggot Boy Kern. And Kern, the St. Clair County Board Chairman, I just got to ask, are you gay? I just want to know. That's just a personal thought in my head. Are you gay? People are asking all over. I don't know, Kern. I think you know, though. And I'm just asking. A lot of people are asking Kern, Mark the Big Faggot Kern. And I say the faggot because I show nothing but total disrespect for him. Bob, I'd rather piss in my pants than piss in a urinal. See, you guys, if you think I'm going away, I'm like a case of the bad clap. Bad case of gonorrhea. You ain't never going to get rid of me, you ignorant bastard. So you understand that? And I know they all listen, people. I know you guys don't want to hear about my personal fight with Kern and Sprague, those low-life bastards. Well, just don't listen. Just do not listen. And I've had people say, hey, Romanik, you're evolving to a racist. No, I'm not. I've always been a realist, and I'm going to continue. Some of the blacks don't like Ku Klux Klan. Well, I don't always agree with Ku Klux Klan, but you know what I agree with? When Ku Klux Klan comes on the air and just spits out racist remarks, because he is a racist, but he's got every right to be a racist. You don't have to like black people. Who the hell said anybody had to like black people or anybody had to like white people? You don't have to like anybody. You can't discriminate against them, even though you'd like to. You can't hurt them, even though sometimes people would like to. You can't threaten them, but you can dislike them. I've had people say yesterday, you go to jail for saying nigger. I said, what are you talking about? This ignorant son of a bitch, white cracker bastard, thought you could go to jail for using the term nigger. He honestly, and this guy's no, he's not intelligent. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. You say what you want to say. You cannot say you're going to kill somebody. Now that's a crime. But you can use words. I don't understand people. And what kind of really pisses me off, and I might as well get into it now because I don't give a damn. Had these ignorant bastards, and I got to say, back in the day, these Japanese no good, not now, a lot of good Japanese people. But back in World War II days, do we remember Pearl Harbor? Well, hell yes, we remember Pearl Harbor. But now you have this no-count, lousy it'll piss me off. I don't even know why he came there. One of the Japanese representatives was at the placing of the wreath. And Japanese Prime Minister Shizuo Abe, whatever the hell his name was, he come out and he says, as Prime Minister of Japan, he offers his sincere and everlasting condolences for the souls lost. Well, yeah, that's true. But he would not apologize for the attack. But he did say we must never repeat the horrors of war again. Hell no. Because they remember the big bombs. They remember the atomic bomb. They remember what happened when they had a surprise attack at Pearl Harbor. And you know what pisses me off with that? Yeah, this no good son of a bitch over here negotiating peace. This Japanese bastard was negotiating peace in Washington. And I don't know all the facts. Maybe somebody does. If so, you can call. But I'm just thinking out loud, as I always do. When the attack on Pearl Harbor came, they let this bastard Japanese son of a bitch, and back in the day, they all were bastard Japanese son of a bitch, so don't say, hey, Bob, you're a racist. I'm not talking about the proud Japanese now. I'm talking about back in the day. Back in the day. I'd have cut that son of a bitch. I'd not let him go back to Japan. Are you crazy? I'd have cut that bastard's head off, shoved it up his ass, and sent it back to Japan with some sushi, is what I would have done. But no, we didn't do it. But I'm going to ask, and I'm thinking about this out loud again, so if you don't want to hear what I'm thinking, turn it off. You know, we forgave the Japanese for the atrocities of war. We forgave them, apparently, for the attack on Pearl Harbor. We've forgiven the Nazis, the Germans. And we fought them some bitches tooth and nail. And I understand. But how come we never forgive the white people for slavery? I ask you. I mean, all the Japanese, they killed our people. The Germans, we fought in war, killed our people. And we're arm in arm. Everybody's forgiven everybody. But the black community hasn't forgiven the white boys, have you? Got slavery. Got slavery. We're going to talk about it for the next 1,000 years. What's wrong, people? What's wrong with you white folks? You going to let it stand like that? And I'm not for any kind of race war, but I'm for real. I'm for real dialogue. We need to get past this. We got past the Japanese at Pearl Harbor, didn't we? We got past the Germans, didn't we? We're somewhat past the Russians. But we ain't never going to get past that slavery. We ain't never going to be forgiven for slavery. Something that we had nothing to do with. But I read this and I thought to myself, what an ass. Why? And Obama too. Why them some bitches even go to the ceremony at Pearl Harbor? You know why? Because it's politically correct. It's the politically correct thing to do. After they spoke at the joint base Pearl Harbor, Obama called the harbor a sacred place and said that even in the deepest wounds of war can give way to friendship and lasting peace. Okay, hey, why don't you practice what you preach, Obama? Why don't you go to the black community? We can have friendship and everlasting peace even after the deepest wounds of slavery. What's wrong? No, it don't work that way, does it? No, because with the Japanese, with the Germans, there's no entitlement. With the black community, there's entitlement. And I'm not after my proud black friends. I'm just after the situation. I'm just after the situation. And you guys think about it. Think about it. Here's this Japanese prime minister, and he's actually hugging in the picture a Pearl Harbor survivor. Now that just pisses me off. And maybe I'm wrong. But see, I'm not wrong. Are you nuts? I'm not wrong. Because that's the way I think. And how a person thinks is not right or wrong in his mind, or shouldn't be in anybody's mind. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I don't have to have a reason not to like you some bitches out there, whoever you are. Don't have to have a reason. Everybody looking for a reason. The blacks don't have any reason to dislike the whites, but they do. Some of the whites don't have a reason to dislike the blacks, but they do. And that's their prerogative. They can like and dislike whoever they want, but it just pissed me off when I saw this in the paper. This prime minister did not apologize. Why not? Why not? We're apologizing for slavery for all these damn years. We're apologizing for slavery for all these years. And we're going to keep apologizing until we stand up and say, listen, back in the day, slavery was wrong. Me, Bob Romanik, I think slavery was totally wrong. I think every son of a bitch that was involved in slavery are no good bastards, both black and white. And there was enough black involved in selling slaves and buying slaves. Not as many as whites, but they were there. But you never hear about that. I think all of them are ass-white bastards. But you think I'm going to take blame for it? And not only do you think am I going to take blame for it, do you think I'm going to suffer for it? I'm not going to suffer for it. And you white people out there, I got to say, some of you get what you deserve. You need to be like the blacks. You need to stand up for what you believe in. You need to stand up when you think you're right. You don't need to sit in the background. And I'm tired. I got white friends. And they'll remain my friends, but they piss me off. Oh, you can't say that. You can't. How can you get away? What do you mean, how can I get away? I'm not robbing a bank. I'm expressing my feelings. And if nobody likes it, that's tough crap. I don't give a damn. You're black or white. You don't like it. You don't have to like me. I don't give a damn. I told you before, I'm here to make a difference, not a friend. A friend's going to stick with you no matter what. What, I got to think like everybody else in this world to have a friend? I got to think like everybody else in this world to be accepted? You people better wise up, and I mean the proud black community too. We're all being manipulated. We're all being manipulated by these politicians, these white bastards and these black bastards. A small percentage are controlling all of us, people. Why are we letting that happen? We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Good morning, Bob. Let's talk about slavery, if you don't mind. You're absolutely right. Slavery is wrong. What white people don't understand is that we are now the slaves. We go to work every day, and then you look at your paycheck and you look how much the government's taking out in taxes, and then look what the government's giving out in entitlements. We have more than made up, our generation, for what was supposedly done to, what was done to slaves, but supposedly the descendants of them now want reparations for it. We've paid our reparations in welfare, housing, schooling, food, clothing, medical. We've been taking care of them from cradle to grave for over 50 years. They don't have anything to bitch about. And while I'm on the subject, I've been doing animal rescue for 30 years down in the hood. The hood that used to be a beautiful community. And now they want to gripe about slave chains and slave beatings. The first ones to bitch about beatings and chains that they've never had on them in their entire lives, and can't prove, by the way, unless they've got documents that their ancestors ever did, their direct familial ancestors, are the first son of a bitches to put a poor defenseless animal on a chain and beat it and kick it and throw it in a ring and use it as bait. I despise them.
Yeah, honey, hey, I gotta correct. There's some white ignorant bastards that do the same thing, though. I gotta say, it just ain't all black. So I'm not saying you're going there, but I just want to make it a point. There's some white ignorant bastards that abuse animals too, and they're all no good bastards.
Another thing, Bob, this whole thing with Obama, not just Obama, the Democrat Party trying to deny Donald Trump his victory. Obama claiming that he could have won again. Really? If he could have won again, then Hillary would have won again because she ran as his third term. This is what's happened under Premier Obama's administration. Just in his hometown alone, in the last 2 years, 2015, 2,989 shootings. 2016, 4,324 in a town that has the strictest gun control in the country. Homicides in 2015, 478. In 2016, 753. That's his legacy?
Yeah. Well,
and Bob, something else that you do that I think is very sweet. I think it's very sweet, but I think we need to stop. When you say you're not just you, all of us. I've been guilty of the same. Good black people. You know what? If you're a good person, I don't need to point out that you're black. You're just a good person. And finally, Bob, I got a lot more to say, but I can't be the only person in the world that you talk to today. There's going to be a lot more. You're a brave man. You're not a bigot. You're calling a spade a spade. You're exactly right. Our First Amendment gives us the right to do that. And not only do we have a right to do it, I think when there's a continual assault on our psyche, on our children's psyche, our grandchildren's psyche, that we're guilty for something that we never did in an elaborate scheme to steal our hard-earned dollars to create a voting bloc for liberal Democrats and through the way of entitlement by taking our money and giving it to them. We need to stand up and start saying, hey, this is what's going on. This is what you are because you're a participant in this ghetto mentality.
Yeah. Honey, I agree with you, and I think we're obligated. I think it's an obligation. Thanks for the call. I ask people to send me jokes on both sides. Funny jokes against the Polacks. Funny jokes against the Wops. Funny jokes against the Chinks and the Spics and the niggers. See, I couldn't go and say, and I kind of slipped at that because when I say the Polacks, but nobody gets up in arms when you say Polak, and that's just as bad as nigger. That's just as bad as nigger to the Polish people. Polak. But I said that and I didn't even think about it. But I thought when I said the word nigger, but I wasn't going to say WAP and disrespect the Italian community. That's not really disrespectful when you say WAP. If you call somebody a WAP, but you can use that word. But anyway, I got a joke. It's kind of a joke. A young black kid asked his mother, Mama, what is socialism and what is racism? Well, child, the mother said, socialism is when white folks work harder every day so we can get all the stuff free, like cell phones for each family member, rent subsidies, food stamps, EBT cards, WIC coupons, school lunches, health care, educational care, utility subsidies, and on and on and on, child. You know, that's socialism. Then your young black kid asked his mom again, but Mama, don't the white people get mad about that? That they're getting all this money taken away from them and given it to us? Don't the white people get mad about that? Sure they do, honey, the mama said. And that's called racism. Now, see, that's kind of funny. And it's, who got hurt by that? But there's a little bit of truth in that. There's a little bit of truth. And I got to say, we're on the subject. Little Rock, Arkansas. This ass-white bastard, no-count son of a bitch, was finally arraigned on capital murder charges in the fatal shooting. Remember the fatal shooting of the 3-year-old kid that was going Christmas shopping with his mother? The 3-year-old, beautiful young black kid. Beautiful young black kid. Never had a chance. This no-good black son of a bitch, driving down the street, shot in the car, killed this 3-year-old beautiful kid. You don't see it on the front page of the paper. I had to look it up. Now, if it had been a white man that shot it, and I don't give a damn, it's a child. It's a child. Where's the NAACP? Where's the proud black community? And that's what pisses me off. And if the blacks want to get mad at me, get mad. They get mad when a white police officer kills a thug, a black thug. NAACP's out there, CORE's out there, every other black group, Black Lives Matter. Hey, Black Lives Matter, you ignorant bastards. I guess this 3-year-old innocent child, beautiful black child, doesn't matter in Little Rock, Arkansas. I don't see a national uprising, but I see over the Christmas holidays, and it was primarily black, and somebody proved me wrong. All these malls had their fights. I think it was a coordinated effort. It was on social media. You know what I saw? No, I'm a racist. I got to be a racist because my eyes were lying to me. It was primarily black. It was primarily black. All the fights in all the malls. Blacks don't care. You don't care about that NAACP. You don't care about that Black Lives Matter. No, but let a white person stub their toe. And I'm not a racist. I'm a realist. I see this crap and don't say every white bastard out there. thinking the same thing I am. They're just not saying it. But see, like I've said before with cancer, if you don't address it, it'll kill you. And see, I'm not dying from this social disease. I may die from a sexual. No, I can't even die from a sexual disease. I can't get anybody to have sex with me. I'm so ugly and so lame. And that's okay. And I'm too cheap to buy it. So I'm not going to die from a sexual disease. And I'm sure not going to die from a social disease. I'm going to speak my piece, not as a white man, not as a hater of the black community, because I don't hate anybody. Well, I apologize. I lied to you. First time ever. I hate Sprague and Kern, and I'll hate them no good rotten bastards till the day I die. But people, you got to be realist. You're not racist if you're white and you think that way. Number one, you've got every right through your experiences in life to think any way you want to think. If you get beat up every time you go in the black community, do you think black people, are you going to personally think black people are nice? Hell no, you're not. You formulate your opinions by your experiences. Not been a lot of good experiences in the black and white communities working together. But I want to ask all you proud black people, you Black Lives Matter, and you're not proud black if you say Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Why aren't you up in arms? Why isn't there a big national outcry? Listen, people, I lost my son 2 years ago. You people have lost your family members. This poor 3-year-old kid, this innocent kid gets killed at Christmas time shopping by a greasy black bastard. And there ain't nothing. There ain't no riots in the streets. Where's the riots in the streets, people? Where's the riots in Little Rock, Arkansas? Where's the riots in St. Louis? Where's the riots? And I'm not condoning riots at all. But I'm asking you, what the hell is wrong? A 3-year-old kid gets gunned down at Christmas time, Christmas shopping. And the black community sits on their black greasy asses. Now, I would be right in the middle of that. I would march with every black man and black woman down in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'd march in a minute. Wouldn't destroy anything, but we can march. You march when Michael Brown, that idiot, got killed, justifiably. You march every time a white man stubs his toe and Black Lives Matter, hands up, don't shoot my ass. But you're not going to march when think about that if that was your 3-year-old son. Think about it. And you're going to let this go? Where's the proud black community now? Where's the proud black community now, people? If you're proud and black, you shouldn't let this happen. Amazing. 3-year-old kid, Christmas shopping with his mom, grandmother, and gets needlessly gunned down by a black rotten bastard. You don't hear anything about it. Think about it. It ain't right. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It ain't right. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, and it's gonna get worse. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we're proud of it. And we are, as always, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. going to go about the same theme, and I hate over the holidays, but it just pisses me off, and I'm going to say what I want. When I feel something, I'm going to say it. Now, everybody remembers Michael Brown. I bet you everybody in the United States, everybody in this world remembers Michael Brown, the criminal who got shot down justifiably all over. You got big, all kind of tributes to him. The president calls. I bet you, Obama, I bet you didn't call this family down in Little Rock, Arkansas. And I just feel kind of compelled. You know Michael Brown. You know all the ass wipes. I bet you nobody knows this young kid's name. He's going to die. Nobody's going to give a damn but the family. Not going to get any accolades. He was only 3 years old. Asin King was his name. A-C-E-N, Asin King, from Little Rock, Arkansas. Beautiful 3-year-old boy. Beautiful. Remember his name, people. Don't remember Michael Brown, that no-good, rotten bastard. Remember Asin King. If you're religious, say a prayer for him and his family. I want to have a moment of silence for Asin King, because he was somebody. Not in the eyes of the proud blacks, apparently. I don't see Al Sharpton. I don't see Jesse Jackson down there fighting. I don't see them marching for justice. Not just for this 3-year-old innocent black kid, but for all innocent black kids. And there's a lot of them out there. They're going to suffer. Not just because of the white boy, because of the piss-poor black leadership. At this point, I'm going to have a moment of silence for 3-year-old Asin King from Little Rock, Arkansas. This may be the only tribute that this young man gets in his short little life. Thank you guys for your patience and decency. I got to stay on the same page. And see, people, don't listen to me if you don't want to. I'm not a radio guy. I'm going to sit there and say what the hell I want. I'm not scripted. Nobody can tell me, oh, you got to talk about this. You got to talk about national events. I got to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And I got to say, I feel sorry for this father. Now, listen to me, people. This father lost his daughter, was married. Now he's forgiving the man who was executed for the crime. It says, my family and I will always grieve the death of Kelly Hall. Our daughter was just 17 when she was raped, and murdered by Jeffrey Ferguson and Keith Osley in February 1989. We were elated when Ferguson finally was given the execution date. Then they said, thank God it was over. This is the family of the lady, the beautiful young lady that was raped and robbed and killed. Then this gentleman says that he feels remorse. He feels remorse for losing his daughter? What the hell is that? And they said, even after the horrible actions, the family of the victim were able to forgive him then and there. Whenever the murderer said he was sorry. Oh, sure he was sorry. Should have been sorry before he did it and not done it. Unbelievable. But now here's what really pisses me off. The family of the victim says, we can't speak for such other victims, but my family wishes we had known of his involvement in the programs in prison. Well, everybody gets Jesus in prison. Well, I didn't, but most people get find Jesus in prison. Offenders can be key elements in helping crime victims rebuild their fractured lives. How the hell can your daughter rebuild her life? She's laying there in a grave after she was raped and killed. It says, sadly, one can only imagine. But they engaged in frank conversation with him, and this guy's a Christian. And I told him in person, I forgive him for what he did to our innocent and precious daughter. Now, I got to give this guy some slack because I lost my son. I went nutty. I'm still nutty over it. This guy ain't thinking right. This poor sumbitch ain't thinking right. When he says, I forgive the murder of my innocent and precious daughter. What the hell? You know that guy ain't thinking right. You know he ain't. And now it's even worse. It says as time passes, we find that there never should have been a death penalty. And now they're asking, the families applauding Governor Nixon for a strong advocacy of getting rid of the death penalty. They don't want the death penalty. What the hell's wrong with you? I know you feel for your daughter. You don't know how much you feel for your daughter if you're forgiving a bastard who raped and robbed and killed your precious daughter. But you can't talk for other people who have lost family members. You're saying now, hey, I lost mine, but now I don't think there should be a death sentence. Sir, I don't think it's your right. I don't think it's your right to say there shouldn't be a death sentence. I think that's only the right of the victims' families. Now, I said there's 25 men waiting execution on death row, and I personally, they didn't hurt my family. I mean, I don't give a damn if they die. But I can't lie to you. I started to do. I want to see them sumbitches all go. But it's not my choice. It's the choice of the victim's family. But now this guy is forgiving the bastard, the no-good criminal son of a bitch who raped and killed his, and this in his words, innocent and precious daughter. Now he's advocating that the death penalty be abolished. Now, buddy, I got to say, don't go there. You know what? You're nutty enough, and I feel for the loss, no matter how many years ago it was. You never forget. But how in the hell can you, number one, forgive this bastard who raped and killed your daughter, and then you're going to come out and say the 25 people on death row should be taken off death row? That's not your right to say that, sir. That's only the rights of the victims' families. Now he's advocating this. What the hell is wrong? That's not your call, sir. What's wrong with people? You know, are we all nuts? I know I'm half crazy. Is everybody nuts? I'm starting to feel pretty good about myself. I don't think I'm as nutty as some of these ignorant bastards. Let's go. Hey, let's get off the morbid crap for a little bit. Hey, Obama, you idiot. Obama, now he ain't done nothing for 8 years, in my opinion, of course. Or not done much. He's done a little bit, I guess. But the big fight, Obama says he'd have defeated Trump in a third term. I don't believe that on a bet. Obama screwed this country up. If Obama's people would have got back in, which I mean Hillary rotten Clinton, would have been a socialistic country in another 8, 10, 12 years. That's the direction Obama was taking us, to socialism. And you know what the next step of socialism is? Communism. But they're going to fight. They're going to fight, and Trump's just as bad to get involved in this fight. Who the hell cares? Trump's the president. He's a legitimate president, even though the asswipe Democrats, not the proud rank and file, but the asswipe Democrats don't want to give him a break. Don't want to give him a break. And Rauner's coming at everybody in 2018. Hey, Rauner, you can have $1 billion, you idiot. You little skinny-ass punk bitch. He's just as bad. Rauner's not a man. Are you crazy? He doesn't believe in compromising. And I'm not taking up for the Democrats. I'm taking up for what's right. You Republicans, you won a lot this time. And I salute you for that. All over this country. But don't take it for granted. Because 2 years, not very far off. 2 years, things can change in the House and the Senate and throughout these states. I don't think Rauner can win next time. Rauner's a businessman. That's good. Rauner's not a public servant. There's a difference. A businessman, a successful businessman gets his way. It's done his way or the highway. You're out of a job. It's not done that way in this great democracy in our great country. It's majority rules. And Rauner, you're a minority of one. I've talked to Republicans who don't like you. You're not going to be able to shove people out of the political setting just because you have some money, just because you have $1 billion. You think that's going to buy an election? Well, down in East St. Louis, yeah, but no place else. Below the hill with the Nicaraguans. And well, I'm going to get onto that tomorrow. I got a headache today. I give myself a headache. But Rauner's no better than the Democrats. There's a lot of great Democratic people in the state of Illinois. A lot of great Republicans, rank and file. But the leadership on both sides, they're so screwed up. What's it been, a year and a half and no budget? And now Madigan wants to raise the taxes. It's going to raise the taxes. We're going to get taxed. We're going to get taxed to death. We're going to be so poor when it's all over in the next 10, 15 years because we can't stop these politicians from spending, can we? And our good friend, Mark the Big Faggot Kern. Eckert I may call him the Big Faggot. I call him the Big Pussy, Maximus Vaginus, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Article in the paper, and I hardly ever agree with the Belleville Slimocrat, but when I think somebody's right, I'll let them know. Rick Watson, the sheriff, he's not happy about the budget, and the Slimocrat talks about St. Clair County Board Chairman Mark Kern has no business asking for more money to halt the public safety cuts for which he and the county board members are responsible. No, he's responsible. The county board members are a bunch of stepping and fetching, bunch of bobblehead ignorant bastards. There's already cash in the budget. They need to prioritize. We want to have the deputies stopping crime, maybe solving a crime, a burglary, maybe a murder in St. Clair County? Or do we want that debacled airport? You know what you're getting. You know what all you people are getting. Year after year. Sheriff Watson, I think you've done a great job. And I think you've taken the first step to let Kern and all of them know that you're not happy. And I want to salute you for that, because most elected officials, Democratic elected officials, aren't going to rear their ugly heads against Kern and Sprague no matter what. Hell, if they come and ask to screw one of your wives, one of your political wives in St. Clair County, you're going to open the bedroom door and probably undress them and maybe fluff them a little bit before they have sex with your wife, because that's how lame you bastards are in St. Clair County. But I have to say, all the sheriff's department is responsible for is the security of the courthouse and the maintaining of the county jail. They don't have to patrol. The sheriff doesn't have to put his guys out on patrol. I would ask, Sheriff, what you maybe want to do, quit fighting for funds. Just pull all your deputies out. Keep them working, because they're great guys. Pull them off the streets. Let Kern be responsible for all the unincorporated areas. Once the responsibility lays on Kern, Sheriff, and not you, you'll see how quick he'll take some of this airport money and he'll start providing police services for the people in the outer county. Because if not, the blood of any of those outer county people, Kern, the big faggot, will be on your hands. Think about it. The sheriff doesn't have to patrol. And Sheriff, I would ask, I'd make that a power play. I would make that a power play. Hey, if I'm not going to get the money, I'm going to pull my deputies out, because I'm not responsible for anything but the security of the courthouse and the maintenance of the county jail. Let's see what that son of a bitch says then. Let's put Kern on the spot, people. Let's put Kern on the spot. Got a caller? Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, Bob, happy Kwanzaa, first of all. First day of Kwanzaa.
Well, thank you very much.
I was going to comment, like all these singers and stuff that won't sing at Trump's thing, but the Tabernacle Choir and the one girl, Blanco, I think is her name, they're good singers, and she's rising in the charts, because I guess some people are just never going to get over it. And the other thing I want to segue to, you're right about that, is state law says that a sheriff only has to provide courthouse security and maintain the jail. And they don't patrol, the law has that in case of Illinois, the Illinois State Police would have to patrol.
Yeah, what do you think, though, sir, if the sheriff would pull all his deputies, what few he has, and he does a good job, and I got to salute St. Clair County deputies. They bust their ass. What do you think would happen? Kern would be responsible. You think that idiot, big faggot bitch would do anything? You think you'd take any money out of that airport? Do you think that they're just so vain that they're going to make that airport go if it makes everybody in St. Clair County suffer for the next 20, 30, 40 years?
Well, I think they're living in total la-la land with that airport. It's kind of a joke of the nation. I think out of vanity, he would say, well, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The state police are going to patrol. Well, patrolling St. Clair County isn't going to be the state police's top priority.
No, you're exactly right, sir. Thanks for the call. We're up against a hard break. You're right, sir. You're exactly right. State police aren't going to be able to come out here and patrol that. It's on Kern. He's the leader of St. Clair County. Let's start making him responsible. Let's put all this responsibility at his doorstep, people, instead of places the sheriff's not crying. I apologize because the sheriff's a man. Bitching about the budget, needs money. He's fighting to get protection for you people in St. Clair County. Let's fight with him. Let's call Kern's office, 277-6600. Get the county board chairman. Let that bastard know that we're not happy. I live in the county, Kern, and let something happen to one of my family members because of lack of your leadership, you rotten bastard. It won't be pretty. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest. America's bi-state, not bisexual, the big faggot Mark Kern, you no-count rotten idiot, good-for-nothing, low-life piece of crap Kern. Where am I at? Radical Radio, I guess. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. We're running out of time, so let's take care of a little bit of this housekeeping. New Year's Day 2017 Bugle Bash, the annual New Year's Day Knights of Columbus, located at 5420 Old Collinsville Road in Fairview Heights. National Championship A-Night Shriners Drum and Bugle Corps. Concert performance starting at 2:30 p.m. American Red Cross Blood Drive, Millstock Consolidated School on Thursday, January the 5th. If you can help out, please do. The 4th Annual Veterans Tribute New Year's Day Poker Run. Sunday, January the 1st, the American Legions of Albers, Beckemeyer, Breeze, Germantown, and New Baden present their 4th Annual New Year's Eve Poker Day Run. All the proceeds go to the Veterans Tribute at Kaskaskia College. If you need any information, you can contact Bob Nettemeyer at 618-248-5602. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all of our radio stations. Listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KZQZ and 5 o'clock p.m. on KQQZ. And now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook, KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Go to my personal Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, and don't forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook. We won't have time for on this date, but who really gives a damn? Don't forget, people. Don't forget. We have to continue to fight these rotten bastards day in and day out. We got to do what's right, both black and white. Can't let politics divide us, but we got to address the situations. We can't sit there idly, more so the whites than the blacks. So let's continue, all of us, black, white, Democrat, Republican, men, women, to unite, to expose, and to destroy these no-good-ass white political son of a bitch and low-life bastards. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.